welcome to week 7. It's hard to believe it's week 7. But we have this week, and then the course ends actually next Friday, March 9th. So we have just under 2 weeks to complete the remainder of the material in the textbook. So make sure you finish strong. All right, so we are headed into chapters 13 and 14. Chapter 13 is about sexually transmitted infections and diseases. And let me just say, first off, I know some of the pictures are really, really hard to look at. But it is important to know what can happen to your body and the importance of protection. So this gives you some more medical information about what that can potentially look like. Okay, so I have put, your discussion board's going to be a little bit different this week. So I have put 2 different videos up on Blackboard. Each one of them, in a little bit different way, discuss myths and misunderstandings about sexually transmitted diseases or sexually transmitted infections. So what I want you to do is watch one of them. You don't need to watch both of them, but watch one of them, and then you need to get creative. So what I want you to do is to make a poster, first of all, that kind of communicates about STIs. So figure out who your target audience is. Is it college students? Is it high school students? Are you going to put it in the bathroom of a bar? Where are you going to put this information about STIs? And I want you to discuss what are myths that are associated with STIs. Do it in a very creative way. So you'll create a poster either on a Word document or through a PowerPoint slide, just one slide, and then you'll attach that to your discussion board. The second thing you're going to discuss is a little script that you'll put with it. What would you want to tell your target audience about the information that's on your poster? And at this point, you're going to pull in information from your textbook and kind of support your different points that you're making on your poster with information in your textbook. So that's just going to be no more than 1 page. You can kind of go through, if you were going to give a poster presentation, what would you want to tell in that, and what would you want to say to people to emphasize the importance of what's in your poster? So watch the video, create a poster either through Word or through PowerPoint. Those are your 2 options. Attach it to your discussion board, and then you're going to attach a script of what you would want people to know about what is on your poster. And then when you reply, I've given you some prompts to answer and just kind of evaluate each other's posters. And don't just pile on one person's poster. Spread it out. Everybody wants some feedback. So if you see that somebody hasn't had a response to their poster, jump in and respond to it and let them know what you think about their poster. All right, chapter 14, we're going to talk about paraphilias. Paraphilias are sexual responses to atypical stimuli. So it might be children. It might be non-human objects. There are a variety of paraphilias that are described in your textbook. So for your journal article, I want you to kind of look at the questions of should sex offenders be registered? What about people who are being treated for various paraphilias? Should they be treated? Even if they haven't committed a crime, should they still be identified because they're in treatment for this? And then I want you to look at the textbook and some of the theoretical explanations that your book gives and see which one resonates with you, which one makes the most sense as far as an explanation as to why paraphilias exist in some people, in a very small percentage of the population, and not in other people. The last thing that I want to point out for your Revel assignments for this week, you actually have a couple of extra assignments, more than what you normally have. And that's because, if you remember, we had been doing 2 discussion boards, and I'd narrowed that down to just 1 discussion board. So for this particular unit, the 2 discussion boards were being graded very separately. So in lieu of the second discussion board, instead of doing that, I've given you a couple of the Revel quizzes to do in place of that, just so we make sure the points get all equaled out. So that's why you have a couple of extra quizzes in Revel this week. All right, so look forward to seeing your posters. As always, let me know if you have any questions. Hope y'all have a great week, and remember, finish strong.